Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to run Windows games on Mac. So recently with the release of the GPTK platform from Apple, the Game Porting Toolkit for macOS, there's many apps out there that can run full-fledged Windows games. So currently the best option is Crossover, but it is a paid option for $70, and as the title says, this is a free option. So I'll be showing y'all two options here. The first one will be called Whiskey. Whiskey is an alternative to Wine, and it uses the Game Porting Toolkit so that it enables full graphics acceleration. The difference between Wine and Whiskey is that Wine doesn't have the GPTK toolkit built into it. The second option I'll be showing is called Mythic. Mythic is very good for running epic games. For Steam, you can easily install Steam by downloading the exe from the website and then using Whiskey to run it. But for epic games, you can't do the same. So Mythic is a good alternative for that. I'll be starting with Whiskey here so that I can show how to use Steam on macOS. And then the second part of the video will be using Mythic so that we can set up epic games and download it directly from our account. Once you have the Whiskey app open, you'll be greeted with the screen that says Create Bottle. So each bottle is essentially running a Windows VM, but instead of running the entire application, it just hosts all the files that are necessary to run Steam and any other executable that we want. So after you click Create Bottle, we can go ahead and download the steam.exe from anywhere on the internet. Make sure you click the Windows version. And once you have it, you can either just click on the exe directly in the downloads folder, but I'll also show you the manual way in case you want to open other exe files. So first, I recommend opening a new folder in the C drive where we just created the bottle, so then we can store all of our exe files so it's easy to access. Then just go ahead and move your file into that. And then from Whiskey, we can click the run in the bottom right corner. And then now we can go to the folder where we just put the exe file and then click that and then open. And as soon as we hit open, it'll open the installer for the exe file. You can follow along just as you normally would on Windows, and it'll prompt you to log in with your normal account and all of it. Once it's done installing, it'll automatically show up, but if it doesn't show up, you can also manually create a shortcut for it. You can do this by going to the program files and then the Steam folder, and then from here you can select the steam.exe. And you can rename your shortcut here and then click pin. Most of the times you won't have to do this because the application will do it automatically. Now we can go ahead and sign in with our normal username and password. Once you're signed in, Steam will launch normally and you can access all of your games here. Now there's a long list of games that do and don't work. I recommend searching on Reddit for the ones that do work, and if you want me to test any specific games on Steam, leave them in the comments down below. For this demo, I'll be showing CS2 since it's known to run pretty well on Mac. Other games such as indie titles are almost guaranteed to work since most of them don't have any anti-cheat. The main hindrance to gaming on Mac is anti-cheat, so games such as Valorant, even though it's not a taxing game to play, the anti-cheat on Valorant makes it very difficult to run. As you can see now, we're in game, and this is the settings panel of CS2, and for now I'm just running all low settings since I have the M3 MacBook Air with the 10-core GPU and 16 gigs of RAM, and I found that I'm getting around 60 FPS. One of the main issues that you will notice while I'm playing this is that the input latency is pretty high for a first-person shooter game, and also there's some jitter in the mouse movement. So it is tracking the mouse fully, but it's definitely skipping frames in between. You'll notice that while I'm playing, and when you download and play it as well, your experience may vary. It also depends on which MacBook you have. Ones with more GPU cores will definitely run a lot smoother than this, and this is the base MacBook Air. Right now we're loading in. Everything loads pretty quickly, but as you can see now in game, The frame rate is relatively okay at 60 FPS. However, you definitely would want more for a first-person shooter game. Once you're interacting with someone, it definitely makes it harder to have precise movements. As you can see there, my mouse is kind of stuck in the middle of the screen, but my WASD keys are working fine. And the same situation here. You can watch the rest of the gameplay and leave any comments down below. Now for the next part, running Epic Games. As you can see on the Epic Games Store website, we can only install the macOS version. We are unable to download just the Windows version. And clicking download will just download the macOS version, and we can't download the Windows games. So now we're gonna install Epic Games. So for this, we're gonna use a different app called Mythic. Since we can't get the exe separately, this app is optimized for Epic Games, and it links directly to your Epic Games account. So from the app, you can install all your games that you purchased, and this is the first time installation. So once you launch the app, you'll be prompted to sign in, and then it'll say downloading Mythic Engine. And then it automatically sets up the Windows bottle, unlike Whiskey does. So here you can, this is the home page, and you can go to the library to find all of your purchased games here. Some games that run really well are Rocket League with really high FPS, but you can always go ahead and download and try out whichever games you want. Now the first game I'm going to demo is Rocket League. So we can do this by going over to the library and then finding Rocket League. If you don't have it already downloaded on another device, you might have to go to the store page and then install it from there. But if you already have installed it before, you can just click Rocket League right here and then click the Windows version and then install. And you can see the installation status in the downloads page or by clicking info. But here we can see the download speed, and once it's done, it'll say no downloads pending, and it should show up in home, but if it doesn't, you can always go back to the library and then click the play button from there. As you can see, the play button is now visible, and we can go and hit it and it'll launch normally. So here I'm going to go through the full tutorial, and this is the first time experience of when you download Rocket League and play it. If you've already been through this, you don't have to watch this section, but I also showed that online multiplayer does work, and since there's no anti-cheat that's in the way, we are able to fully run the game with no hassle. Right now this is just a tutorial showing me the controls and everything, but later on I'll also show the multiplayer section. As you can see, this is running at 1440p with no hiccups and no lag, and this is running on the preset graphics, which is around medium. Now we are in the lobby, and as you can see, all of our online items also show up, and we can also go to casual or competitive play. And for now, I'm just going to run a standard match, and as you can see, it's saying searching for casual in US Central, and just like that, it joins. So it uses your Epic Games account since it syncs with it using Mythic. The rest of this video is just demo gameplay from Rocket League, and if you'd like to watch it, you can. I also go through some of the settings panel and change some settings. As you can see, this is on the maximum preset, so there's some jitter with the higher graphics. So I recommend using the medium graphics to start out with. By default, everything is on high quality. It also could help if you use 1080p instead of 1440p, and I definitely recommend turning on VSync since it helps the frame rate stay more consistent. As you can see, we're getting a consistent 60 FPS, and also remember that this is while screen recording on the Mac, so that does take away some frame rate. And you can watch the rest of this video, and just let me know in the comments down below if there's any other games you'd like me to test. Thank you for watching.